Big waves in the building, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Hey, breaking fucking news. We here to talk about it. Y'all gotta excuse the voice. Been yelling at these kids out there on the field and been yelling all over the live streams, man. Shout out to my podcast, Panthers Uncensored, man. Y'all make sure you go like and subscribe. Make sure if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button below, man. Become a surfer today. Part of Big Waves game, man. We're on the road to 200. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Share with everybody as well. For those that have already done it, man, thank y'all so much for the support. Again, man, we're about to trade. Said I got so excited I done said it. We're about to take off to the 200 subscriber mark. Make sure y'all show some love. But big news, breaking news, overnight, right about 11 p.m. Eastern. It was reported by Adam Schefter. He was the first to report Christian McCaffery of the Carolina Panthers was traded to the San Francisco 49ers for an exchange of a second, third, and fourth picks in the 2023 draft. Additional fifth round pick in the 2024 draft. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Y'all know I already said it's coming. Y'all gotta excuse my voice, but I gotta make this video. I can barely talk, but I'm using all I got left for this. Listen, this is what Carolina Panthers needed to do. This is exactly what had to happen, right? We needed to move on from an era. Listen, but before I dive in there, I think it's important to say I am very, very, obviously from a fan of watching Christian McCaffrey, bothered by this. You know, he's been a staple of our organization for so many years up until this point. So what he's meant to the Carolina Panthers, you know, I can't put it in words. So Christian, if you're taking a look at this video, again, salute you, my brother. Thank you for the years that you've given the Carolina Panthers. Again, you were 100% of this offense. This offense probably would have been 10 times worse if it wasn't for you. So, again, Christian, thank you so much for the years that you spent here to the Carolina Panthers. But what does this mean for the future, right? So we get a second, third, fourth, and a fifth in 2024 for this. Shout out to Scott Fitterer. Scott Fitterer won this trade. I know people saying, hey, we might have could have got a first for Christian, but no. These pieces that we got, next year's draft is looking like this. This is pending Carolina doesn't trade anybody else, but I think Brian Burns may be on the move before November 1st. Y'all keep an eye on that. I can't promise anything, but all the reports reporting that Brian Burns, Shaq Thompson, one of those guys are going to be the next to go. Next year's draft, we're sitting with a first round, 2 second rounds, a third, a fourth, and a fifth. Wow. Any new coach that comes in, you have to be excited. This has to make this a more attractive destination because, again, rebuild, not retool, but with this rebuild, you can get a big start and jump on that rebuild, out to that rebuild in next year's draft alone. This is pending Carolina doesn't flip it. I think it was reported out, again, don't quote me on this, I can't remember the number, but they were saying something like the Carolina Panthers have over 20 picks in the next 3 years. That's how you rebuild a team. That's how you start building a new culture. Whoever this new coach is going to come in, obviously I've been an advocate for Sean Payton. Not sure if he's going to come here or not. That's yet to be seen. But whoever the next head coach is, you have to be excited about the opportunity to be able to build this team the way that you want it to be built. You have to be excited about an opportunity to build a culture from the ground up. You're going to be able to get your quarterback of the future. You might be able to go ahead and get the surrounding pieces, a quality tight end, a middle linebacker. You're going to be able to build a culture that you want to build. Bring in the coaching staff that you want to be able to bring in, plus with the young defensive pieces that we already have here. It has to be exciting. As a Panther fan, I am truly excited about the future, what the future brings, what it means for Carolina, because I think that this is a chance for us to do it the right way. I know a lot of people are skeptical. Well, what if the decision makers get it wrong again? Listen, fellas, and listen, everyone. David Tepper's the owner of this team. There's really nothing that we can do about him, right? The hope is that he will learn from the last 3 years and the decisions that he signed off on and the things that he's allowed happen to set this organization back to this point. My hope is that he's learned from that and he can make better decisions. And honestly, with the decisions that's come over the last 2 weeks, starting with the parting ways with Matt Rule as the head coach, the Roby Anderson trade, now the Christian McCaffery trade, making Steve Wilkes as interim head coach. Listen, if these are the baby steps to him making the right decisions, I like what I've seen because he's made a statement with every move. The statement for Matt Rule was that I'm no longer going to tolerate losing, even though it's only 5 games into the season. I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. He's hearing the voices of the fans. He understands that Matt Rule is no longer the guy. It became more and more evident. So he pulled the trigger even before we were at the halfway point of the season. I really appreciate that. I also appreciate the fact that Roby Anderson, again, say what you will, frustration, whatever you want to say. At the end of the day, he got up in the face of his coach. It happened on camera. You can't allow that to happen, right? So the next statement is that will no longer be tolerated here in Carolina. He made a statement by trading Roby Anderson the next day before the body could even get cold. He made a trade on that right away. And then with this Christian McCaffrey deal, he's saying, we are going to build this thing from the ground up. We are going to bring in guys that fits into the new philosophies that the Carolina Panthers next head coach is going to want to bring. We're going to try to build keep pouting mantra through a youth movement. We're going to try to make the appropriate investments to our future to sustain long-term success. So if these were the baby making, and again, I know this is not saying a lot, but if these were any signs or glimmers of hope into what the future may bring, I like what I've seen so far. So again, guys, Christian, we know what he meant, but it was no reason, nothing made sense to keep him on his roster. Nothing did. He was heading to year 6 of his career. He's getting up there in age. We all know about the injuries. Carolina is years away from contending. If anything, this is the way that we can show them that we appreciate him and that we thank him, right? This is what this is showing, that we appreciate you, Christian. We want to give you an opportunity because of what you meant to us to go and compete for a chance at winning a title before your career over. San Francisco made a move where they're saying, hey, our window is now. We have a great defense. We have a solid offense. We're coming off an NFC Championship appearance. Is Christian McCaffrey the piece that gets us over? And for them, I think it's a good shot. I love this move by the San Francisco 49ers because, again, the NFC West is not as strong as it was last year. The Cardinals are sitting at 2-5. The Rams have not looked good. Seattle is up and down. They have a chance right now to go and try to get a title. It's going to be scary what Shanahan can do with Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. It is going to be scary. But for Carolina Panther fans, we're looking forward. It's time to shift the focus. We got 11 more games, 10 more games. It's going to be painful to watch. But you have to be excited about what's to come because David Tepper in this organization said, we're going to build off of youth. We want the youth to be the move forward. That's what we want. So Christian McCaffrey, again, gone. Staple of our franchise. Yes, the emotions are there. But everybody, I encourage you guys to think about, we got a great draft haul for him. I don't think this is the end. I think somebody else will get moved before next week's November 1st deadline. Guys, the future is now. A new era in Carolina begins now. This has always been your host with the most, Big Waves. Again, if you're new, like and subscribe to the channel. Please help me get to that 200. If you're feeling generous, guys, and you appreciate my message, you appreciate my efforts, make sure that you guys hit me a Cash App. That's $CWAV, the number 3Z. That's $CWAV, number 3Z on the Cash App. Again, anything is appreciated. I just appreciate you guys taking the time out. How do you guys feel about the Christian McCaffrey trade? Let me know below. What are your true feelings? But as always, life is just a wave, man. I'm up out of here. Special edition, Carolina Panthers Real Talk, episode 10 dropping next week. We finna take off, baby. Look at the shirt. Here we go.